Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty cool things to go over. New updates have been revealed. We also have some new rumors regarding a new Pokemon trailer for Legends EA happening very soon. There's a few other bits and bobs to go over as well. There's a lot of things to take a look at today though. If you're excited for the video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, I quickly wanted to go over, there's some pretty big Pokemon Go updates, really. Obviously, it has just happened, the 8th anniversary of the mobile app. But we have HDvee here tweeting out saying, HDvee update, the Pokemon Go 8th anniversary commemorative artwork has been released, showcasing the first tease of Dynamax in the game. So, we obviously knew this was happening anyway. We've covered a lot of the data mines regarding Dynamax recently in terms of how it's going to happen and kind of what's going to be happening with like these arenas and stuff like that. But now we actually have like official confirmation that it is indeed coming to the game. You can see it with this war turtle in the background with the Dynamax sort of circle above it. Also confirms that the Generation 8 starters are going to be coming to the game as well. Down here we do have Sobble, Scorbunny and Grookey. So I mean you can't really have the Generation 8 gimmick without the Generation 8 starters. I don't know why they've taken it so long to bring them into the game, but that is actually a thing that is also happening. So yeah, should hopefully get an update about this relatively soon. I still think it's going to happen during the Pokemon Presents that we get. Again, a lot of people are thinking we're going to get it on the 8th of August, which is obviously in less than a month. And within that, we would get you'd like to think, a substantially big Pokemon Go update. And yeah, they might go into detail about Dynamax and stuff like that in that update. Obviously, we have a little bit more information about it as well, like in terms of what we've had in the past. So this was posted on Joe Merrick's Twitter account saying, here's a rundown of what hasn't happened yet from the previous picks. So in 2023, we have Mimikyu, Corviknight, Hatenna, Alcremie, Hisuian, Goodra, and Lilligant. In 2022, we had Mimikyu, character by Spark. In 2021, we had Mega Mewtwo X. And in 2020, we had Mega Lucario and Mega Mewtwo Y. So even though things have been posted on the artwork in recent years, and like doesn't guarantee that it's definitely coming to the game, because obviously we don't have Lucario's Mega, we don't have Mega Mewtwo Y or X yet, but we know this is coming to the game because it's already been data mined. You know, literal images and videos have been revealed showcasing what it's actually going to look like. So even though other images in the past have shown things that aren't in the game yet, this is definitely coming to the game because it's already in the game. They just have to literally like click it on. Like all the information is coming out about it. So either way, wanted to quickly go over that in regards to Pokemon Go's Dynamax adventures. Moving on, I quickly wanted to go over this as well. It's just some kind of cool information about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet from the anime. It's tweeted out by Soul Silver Art saying it's been literally years, but thanks to the Pokemon Horizons, we finally know more about what the old ruined towers in Paldean are/were. It's so nice that we can learn about little, maybe cut Scarlet and Violet details from the anime Pokemon. I'm sure there's a lot more to come about Terapagos. Or at the same time, the anime kind of is own canon, so I will always take these details very lightly. They could have just made up this information because Game Freak didn't provide them with any information on the towers. So this is basically talking about the watchtowers here, and then it says back when Paldea was divided into multiple countries, and it says, it says that the Emperor built them to keep watch on the neighboring countries and stuff. So that's the reason that the watchtowers exist in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So a cool little kind of like throwback to that. They also go on to say this is the real world lore that this information is probably based off of, by the way. Really amazing that they pulled from this in Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon Horizons. The towers probably symbolize the Spanish monarchy at the time, trying to have control over all of the land and these regions. It's like the Emperor of Paldea was trying to do here. And then also, actually with this information, we can assume that this lore is confirmed from Game Freak, since they are the ones that put 15 towers in Scarlet and Violet, Paldea, to mirror the 15 provinces Spain once had. So, yeah, a really cool backstory there. It's why, you know, there's 15 towers, most likely. It's because there were 15 provinces in Spain back then. So, yeah, I really like that kind of like little Easter egg, and that kind of, I guess, just reasoning as to why they went with it like that. But either way, that's that. Finishing things off today, though, we do have a big old rumor to go over regarding a new trailer for Pokemon Legends EA, the next Pokemon Presents, and everything like that. Again, this was posted on 4chan, so take it with a massive grain of salt. Very likely to be fake, but you never know, especially with the idea that we kind of have about the Presents being on the 8th of August. Whereas, or the 9th of August, whichever the leaker said. Whereas this one's talking about the 15th of August, which is obviously a week later, which is obviously very close to Worlds as well, but there's obviously a reason for that. Either way, we'll get into it. It's posted by Anonymous. It's titled ZA Trailer. It was posted on the 5th of July, so a few days ago now. and it says Pokemon Presents on the 15th of August, and it ends with a trailer to kick off Worlds. So I think that could happen, you know, because they're not going to be showing a lot of information about Legends ZA this year. Maybe they don't do like 2 information dumps, because usually we get like a Presents at the start of August, and then we get more information about the game at Worlds like a few weeks later. But maybe because we're basically getting very little information this year about Legends ZA because it's coming out next year, maybe instead of doing 2 individual information dumps, they just do 1. And, you know, that's kind of combining Worlds and, like, the Presents, which could happen. You know, maybe they do, like, a live viewing of the Presents at Worlds, and that's what kicks it off. So instead of the ending ceremony, it's during the opening ceremony where we get, like, the new information. But anyway, yeah, it says August the 15th, which is a, let me just double check. August 15th, yeah, it's a Thursday. So I think that's, yeah, pretty much around when Worlds starts. So that would be kind of like the idea around that. But like I say, take it with a grain of salt. It was posted on 4chan, who knows. But yeah, apparently Presents on 15th of August, ends with a trailer to kick off Worlds. So, Lumiose City's project is to modernize the city and make it sustainable for new generations. So, again, it looks like this is also referring to it being set back in time and not forward in the future. And yeah, they're modernizing it for the Lumiose that we kind of know today in Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. It then goes on to say Zygarde is a main focal point. The game's story revolves around gathering Zygarde cells, using them to sustain energy, and how they can help bring Lumiose City to a modern age. So, again, I think we'll be collecting Zygarde cells regardless in the game. Very similar to how we had to go around and collect the Unknowns, how we had to collect the Wisps for the, the quest for... Oh my god, I can't remember. The Spiritomb, there we go. So yeah, it could be very similar to that, but obviously there'll be a lot more Zygarde cells, and I think that will be something that we do end up having to do in this game. It then goes on to say the trailer starts with the title Lumiose City 1932 and shows a regional version of Pharaoh, which has black wings with a black body and yellow winged tips and a yellow crown, flying down a main street in Lumiose City, dodging in and out of various NPCs, and then ending up perching on top of the current Lumiose Tower. So that also just seems like it would be not final game footage, just how we got for the original trailer for Legends ZA, where it's literally just, you know, it's literally just kind of like a movie sort of thing. It's not actual gameplay footage, because I don't think that would be something we'd see in the actual game. So yeah, hopefully in this trailer we do see some gameplay footage, but yeah, starting things off, it sounds like it's a bit more of a movie, kind of just promoting the game once again. So either way, Pharaoh apparently getting a new form. Apparently it's got black wings and a black body. It's got yellow winged tips and a crown. So I don't know what that typing would be. Maybe like Dark Electric, something like that. It then goes on to say, then cuts to a table of people that look to be discussing blueprints. The blueprints show the upgraded Lumiose Tower, a Zygarde cell, and other buildings surrounding it. So yeah, I think blueprints will be quite prominent in probably all the remaining trailers that we get for this game. I think that, you know, we obviously got that in the initial reveal trailer, and the whole thing is about building the city. So I think, yeah, there's going to be a lot of blueprints and stuff, and that, you know, a table of people that look to be discussing the blueprints, that might just be the team that's working on redesigning Lumiose City. Could be the evil team, who knows. Then goes on to say the trailer shows a battle between a Swinub and Squirtle in a water area with 2 trainers. So that would obviously confirm that Swinub and Squirtle are going to be in the game. We're expecting Squirtle to be in the game anyway, because it does have a Mega Evolution, being Mega Blastoise. I'm expecting most of the Mega Evolutions to return this game. Again, there's a couple that are a little bit up in the air, like Mewtwo obviously wouldn't exist at the point that this game takes place, so that only could exist through some sort of wormhole that like Hooper might create or something like that, or a time-space distortion like we did get in Pokemon Legends Arceus. And another one is Aerodactyl as well, because it was extinct millions and millions of years ago, and the technology to revive it wouldn't exist yet either. So Aerodactyl also doesn't really make sense being in the game, again, unless there is some sort of time-space distortion, just how we got in Pokemon Legends Arceus. But the fact that it's saying, you know, there's a battle between here and a water area means that it would probably be on the outskirts of the town, little kind of different Pokemon sort of, I guess, habitats and stuff, just like how we got with the biomes in the Blueberry Academy. Then goes on to say the trailer cuts to a split screen of 2 leaders. One seems to be a business type and the other looks to be an activist type. So we already know that, you know, there's only one game here. It's not version exclusive, so they would both be in the game. A little bit like the Pearl Clan and the Diamond Clan. Like maybe we have to join one of them or something like that, which I hope is the case, because if you had to join one of the clans or whatever, and then obviously you get like maybe unique quests and stuff for joining that one. So you could obviously play through the game again and join the other quest, which would just allow the replayability of the game to be a little bit more. But either way, yeah, you got your business type, and the other looks to be an activist type. And then it switches to show the open world areas around Lumiose City, and a trainer letting Snivy out of a Pokeball and battling it against a regional form of Miltank, which is going to be orange and grey. So I don't know if that is saying that Squirtle is going to be a starter and Snivy is going to be a starter, or maybe they just exist in those biomes. Like, again, Squirtle has a high chance of being in the game anyway because it has a Mega Evolution. I think it also has a really, really low chance of being one of the starters, so I think that would just be one of the wild Pokemon. Like in Legends Arceus, obviously we got the Generation 4 starters roaming around, and we got the actual starter Pokemon roaming around as well. It then goes on to say a few more battles are shown with some normal Pokemon, so again, that would just confirm some returning Pokemon, stuff like that. Nothing crazy there, and obviously, yeah, there's Miltank being a regional form, orange and grey. We did just get regional forms of Tauros, so maybe we do get a regional form of Miltank. We'll have to wait. I don't know what typing that would be, like orange and grey, maybe fire, normal, something like that. And then goes on to say, shows a Chimchar and a Pikachu battling, and the trainer catching Pikachu in a normal red and white Pokeball. So, yeah, if this was kind of teasing what the starters would be, it would be Chimchar, Snivy, and Squirtle, which, again, I don't mind. I just don't really see why Squirtle would be the starter. Surely you just make it like Totodile or something like that instead, because Totodile doesn't already have a Mega Evolution, whereas Squirtle does, so that doesn't really make sense to me. Unless those starters aren't getting Mega Evolutions, they're just getting regional forms, so you'd get a regional Blastoise, a regional Infernape, and also a regional Serperior, and then maybe like the Generation 6 starters later down the line get Mega Evolutions in this game. Either way, it then goes on to say, show some trainer customizationable options. I think that will be in the trailer. I think they'll go heavy for trainer customization in this game, just like Legends Arceus did. You know, there's so many cool things to kind of customize your character with. There was secret outfits you could unlock, there was early purchase bonus and stuff like that. There was pre-order bonuses for different kind of clothing and character customization. So I think they'll do that again, because it is quite a big selling point in this game, especially because the customization in Scarlet and Violet was a little bit worse for wear. Like, obviously being kind of stuck with the school outfit just kind of ruined it a little bit. Like, you couldn't really properly customize your protagonist. Then goes on to say, the trailer cuts to show a few of the regions around Lumiose. There is a swamp forest, a lake, and a desert with various Pokemon visible, including a regional Psyduck, which is a white body and it has a blue beak. So yeah, that might be water, I don't know, something else. But like, the idea about this is that there's different kind of like, not biomes, but there's different kind of areas around Lumiose City. Now, we know the game only takes place in Lumiose City, so if this were to be correct, then obviously it would have to kind of count not just the city, but the surrounding area also as Lumiose City, which again, I could see happening. I don't see why that wouldn't. I think they've kind of told us that it only takes place in Lumiose City to lead us into a bit of a false sense of security, but I think they will actually show multiple kind of like areas you can go around Lumiose that is still known as Lumiose City, and maybe they just become like routes or stuff later on in Pokemon X and Y, but you know, when this game takes place, they are actually part of the city. Then goes on to say, the screen goes black and reappears and shows one of the leaders facing off with a trainer. One has a Mega Gyarados and the other has a Nidoking, and it starts to Mega Evolve. The screen cuts to a Zygarde cell in a capsule and fades into the logo of the game, revealing the release date and pre-order information. I really hope they do that in the trailer. Like, I hope they show which Pokemon's getting a Mega Evolution, but they don't actually show the Mega Evolution. We spoke about it in a previous video, but they did that for Legends Arceus. You know, they showed Duat, they showed Quilava, and they also showed oh my god, Rowlet's evolution as well. Dude, my head's all over the place there. I cannot think of Pokemon names, but you know who I mean. It showed them all evolving into the final forms, which obviously all got regional forms, being Hisuian, Typhlosion, Decidueye, and Samurott, but it didn't actually show what they were. It was just a silhouette, and I really hope they do that in the next trailer. So let's say Nidoking, for example, gets a Mega Evolution. It shows the Mega Evolution like kind of symbol, and it shows the sort of animation, but it doesn't actually show what it looks like. I would really love for them to do that, because it shows you what's Mega Evolving, but, you know, people can start kind of making assumptions on what it's going to look like and the typing and everything like that. So I really hope they do that, and I think they might, because they've already done it with Legends Arceus starters. It says the release date is March the 20th, 2025. I don't really know what day that is. If it's not a Friday, then it's probably not true. March the 20th is a Thursday, which again, it could still be that. I mean, they have started releasing games on a Thursday recently, Nintendo have, so maybe they do the same with Pokemon. And also it says pre-orders are live after the trailer, which, yeah, I think would maybe be a thing. It depends, you know, yeah, if it's coming out early 2025, and yeah, pre-orders will probably be available after the trailer. But all in all, it's a pretty cool rumor. There's a few things that I definitely don't agree with, but there's definitely a cool couple of things in this rumor as well. But let me know your thoughts on it. Do you think it's true or not? Would you like this to be true or not? And yeah, it looks like the starters, according to this, would be Squirtle, Snivy, and Chimchar, which is an interesting selection. But either way, let me know your thoughts on that rumor and everything else that we covered today as well. What are your thoughts about Dynamax coming to Pokemon Go? And also, you know, what are your thoughts on this little bit of a backstory Easter egg about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet from the anime? Hopefully the anime shows more kind of things like this. I'd like them to do that, but we'll have to wait and see. But either way, it's everything from me. Drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.